understood it. If there is a majority of the students who have not understood the complexes, then we will start it once again, not a problem. But these particular complexes, you can expect at least one in examination for around 3 mark to 4 mark subdivision. Okay, so it is quite important for you people to learn about that. So let me know how many of you want me to start over with the complexes. नहीं तो सिर्फ एक ही कॉम्प्लेक्स बच जाएगा और वो कॉम्प्लेक्स खत्म होने के बाद में मैग्नेटिक प्रॉपर्टीज के साथ साथ हम आगे बढ़ जाएंगे. With 2, this is how it becomes nickel 2 ion. Okay. let's say that we are going to have, यहाँ पे एक कंडीशन है हमारे पास, ओके, तो okay, let's say 1 2 3 4 5. There are 5, you can say, as the brackets. This particular boxes will represent our 3D series, right? So the electrons which are present in the nickel, in a simple nickel, is going to be something like, you can expect over here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. Okay, if I have to fill up by the Holmes rule, I will be filling up was 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 or 8. Abhi +2 conditions, +2 condition yani ki this is going to lose 2 electrons. Okay, which are the 2 electrons it is going to lose? It's going to lose the outermost 2 electrons. Okay, so the outermost 2 electrons it is going to lose is one here and this one here. Now क्या हो जाएगा, यहाँ पे जो मेरे पास रहेगा 4s. I'm extremely sorry, I have done a small mistake over here. That is, I have to take over here as a 4s और यहाँ पर 4p भी लेना था, right? So let's say this is the 4p. Okay, and we have two electrons here, and these are the 2 electrons of your 4s. Okay, तो फिर जब लिगैंड्स आ जाएंगे निकल के पास, ये जो कंप्लीट कंडीशन हम देख रहे हैं वो है निकल का, राइट? तो फिर क्या हो जाएगा, जब जैसे ही साइनाइड लिगैंड्स आ जाएंगे, अप्रोच करेंगे निकल के पास, तब क्या हो जाएगा, this is going to lose these 2 electrons. These 2 electrons will be lost. As these 2 electrons will go, second thing that will happen is that this electrons, the electrons over here which I'm going to mark, these electrons are going to get paired up. अगर paired up हो जाएंगे तो कुछ इस तरह से दिखेगा. Okay, so it will become something like this. This is one more electron what is going to come here. So now the total number of orbitals which are empty and which you can use is going to be एक d orbital, एक s orbital, right, or दो p orbital. So this condition is now is going to be as, we can write it down as d s p 2. This is the condition what you are going to have. All right. So when it is a dsp2 condition, यानी कि दो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स यहाँ पर दो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आ जाएंगे, यहाँ पर दो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आ जाएंगे, right, एंड यहाँ पर दो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स और यहाँ पर दो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. Okay, so this is a condition 1 2 3 4. Okay, so you are going to have 4 of them, so therefore 4 cyanide ligands done. So this is a condition what is going to happen, right? So समझ में आ गया. तो अभी फिलहाल में अच्छा तरह से एक डायग्राम देख लेंगे यहाँ पे. So Ni n+2 स्टेट, यानी कि यहाँ से जो दो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स थे from the 4s, those two electrons have been lost due to the oxidation state, right? So which electrons are we speaking is this. So after losing those two electrons, what will happen is, as the ligands will approach, these two electrons will pair up. यानी कि ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन है इस बॉक्स में आ जाएगा, यानी कि एक 3D का बॉक्स एम्प्टी हो जाएगा. ये बॉक्स एम्प्टी जो होगा यहाँ पर ले लेंगे, s का ऑर्बिटल यहाँ पर, ये दो p के ऑर्बिटल्स यहाँ पर, यानी कि p का अनयूज्ड ऑर्बिटल यहाँ पर है. ठीक है, तो फिर अभी क्या हो जाएगा, ये सेक्शन आपको रिप्रेजेंट करेगा dsp2 कंडीशन. If it is a dsp2 condition, remember it is going to be a square planar. So when we are speaking about a square planar, the thing is going to be as, this is going to be your central metal atom. Okay, so let's say this is a central metal atom. एक ligand फिलहाल में let's say एक ligand यहाँ पर है, एक ligand यहाँ पर है, एक ligand यहाँ पर है, और final ligand यहाँ पर है. ठीक है, so all of these particular ligands, what you see right now, all of them are in a same plane. So therefore you can expect it something like this. सब कुछ एक ही plane में रहेगा. Okay, so therefore what we are going to have is, this is the condition of your ligand. This is how it is going to be observed. Okay, So as all of them are in a same plane, ये स्क्वायर की तरह दिखेगा, उसीलिए हम बोलेंगे स्क्वायर लेना. सेकेंड कंडीशन ऑब्जर्व करने की बात ये है कि इन पर्टिकुलर इस कॉम्प्लेक्स में, एंटायर कॉम्प्लेक्स में, देयर इज नॉट अ सिंगल इलेक्ट्रॉन समथिंग लाइक दिस. ओके, अनपेड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स तो है नहीं. तो फिर व्हेन देयर इज नो अनपेड इलेक्ट्रॉन इन दिस केस, व्हाट विल हैपन इज this particular complex will be called as a low spin complex because unpaired electron नहीं है. जब अनपेड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स नहीं रहेंगे तब वो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड में कुछ ज़्यादा खास काम नहीं करेगा. ओके, इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू शो यू more you can say as any of the properties in the magnetic field. It's not going to get attracted towards the magnetic field. Okay, so therefore it is called as a low spin complex. Coming towards the magnetic properties, यहाँ पर हम खत्म करेंगे हमारे कॉम्प्लेक्स को. सो देयर आर 4 complexes what you have to observe, understand and study for your examination. Done. Coming forward with the next one, that is the magnetic properties. So when we are speaking about the magnetic properties, remember, if there are unpaired electrons, then they show paramagnetism. Okay, remember this much. First condition is अगर उनमें unpaired electrons है तो वो magnetic behavior दिखा देंगे. For the metals which have 3 electrons, up to 3 electrons, यानी कि unpaired electrons, just like the titanium, vanadium, chromium, okay, 2 vacant d orbitals are available for the octahedral hybridization. इसको आप ज़्यादा याद नहीं रखोगे तो भी चलेगा, कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, मगर कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है. The magnetic behavior of these free ions and their coordination entity is similar. Okay, the magnetic behavior. Now again, let's start speaking with the magnetic behavior with respect to the free ions. ज़्यादा free ions रहेंगे उसकी ज़्यादा magnetic behavior रहेगी. ज़्यादा free ions in a sense free electrons. Okay, when more than 3 electrons are present and the required pair of 3d orbitals for octahedral hybridization is not directly available. As a consequence, it is going to take place with respect to the Holmes rule. Okay, okay, यहाँ पर उतनी ज़्यादा कुछ importance है नहीं, फिलहाल में आगे बढ़ेंगे. Okay, so when we take a toll further, this is important here. The magnetic data agrees with maximum spinning pair in many cases, especially with coordination compound containing 3d6. यानी कि हमारे पास कैसा रहेगा, एक बॉक्स है 3d ऑर्बिटल्स का, जो बॉक्स रहेगा उसमें 5 बॉक्सेस रहेंगे 3d सेक्शंस में, राइट. 3d सेक्शन में मैक्सिमम स्पिनिंग जब बनेगा जब हमारे पास 6 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हो. 6 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स यानी कि मिनिमम हमारे पास 4 अनपेयर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स रहेंगे. ओके, होल्स रूल के हिसाब से जब आप भरते जाओगे तब आपको समझ में आ जाएगा उसके बारे में. However, these species containing 4d and 5d ions are there are complications. Okay, magnetic movement of unpaired electrons, while MnCl6 minus 3 has a paramagnetic movement of 4 unpaired electrons. Okay, not a problem. Yes, tetracyanoferrate minus 3 complex को अगर देखोगे आप, then it has a single unpaired electron, therefore it is going to be magnetic. अगर unpaired electron है तो magnetic character दिखाई देगा, paramagnetic. While COFe6, that is hexafluoro cobaltate 3 complex, अगर इस पर्टिकुलर कॉम्प्लेक्स को देखा जाए तो क्या है वहां पर कि वो भी मैग्नेटिक, दैट इज पैरामैग्नेटिक कैरेक्टर दिखा देगा, क्योंकि वहां पर अनपेड इलेक्ट्रॉन, 4 अनपेड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है. मगर वही कंडीशन अगर आपने ऑक्सालेट आयन को लगा दिया, ऑक्सालेट आयन यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो जो है C2O4 ना, तो फिर ये बन गया आपका डाइडेंटेड लिगैंड. एक्चुअली दिस इज डाइडेंटेड लिगैंड. ओके, तो फिर एक लिगैंड 2 बॉन्ड बनेगा, तो 2 into 2 into 3 is going to be 6. So therefore there are 6 bondings like this, you have to remember. Okay, so when the cobalt is going to form 6 bonds, that is with respect to the 3 acetyl sections, तब क्या बन जाएगा, यहाँ पर pairing of electron बन जाएगा, pairing of electrons occur. Therefore this entire complex will be exhibiting a diamagnetic character. Okay, this is apparently anomal, and it is going to be explained by the help of the valence bond theory in the terms of the formation of the inner orbital and outer orbital coordination entities. Inner orbital क्या है, outer orbital क्या है, हमने already देख लिया है with respect to the d orbital, so you do not have to worry about that. Okay, so this particular thing will show like in which kind of complexes what are the hybridizations. So you do not have to study into the detail over here. except if you are studying it for your competitive part. Okay, so these things will go for the competitive section. It's not for a common theory for DPT. All right, so if you want, you can take a screenshot of this. Coming forward with the next one is the limitations. जब हम limitations की बात करेंगे Valence bond theory की, there are various of limitations and there are more amount of limitations what we have to worry about, जिसकी वजह से हमको दूसरे theories भी पढ़ने पड़ेंगे. Okay, the first theory, sorry, the first limitation की जब बात करेंगे, यहाँ पर ये जो वैलेंस बॉन्ड थ्योरी है, यहाँ पर ये डिस्टिंग्विश नहीं करेगा कि कौन सा वीक लिगैंड है, कौन सा स्ट्रॉन्ग लिगैंड है. हमको अज्यूम करना पड़ रहा था. ओके, आई टू से इफ इट इज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग लिगैंड तो फिर पेयरिंग नहीं बनेगी, या फिर पेयरिंग बनेगी जब वो वीक लिगैंड हो. दिस आर द कॉन्सेप्ट्स आपको जब समझ में आएगी जब आप दूसरे कॉन्सेप्ट्स या फिर दूसरे थियरीज भी पढ़ोगे. सो फिर फर्स्ट लिमिटेशन यहाँ पर है दैट दिस पर्टिकुलर theory does not differentiate or does not distinguish, it does not distinguish between a weak ligand and a strong ligand. This is a condition. First thing is it is not going to distinguish between a weak ligand and a strong ligand. Okay, ये perfectly कोई magnetic characters के बारे में बात नहीं करता, यानी कि it is not going to give you any interpretation on the magnetic data. It does not give any interpretation on the magnetic data, okay, of the complex. So this is the thing what you have to remember. Third point, okay, it also does not give us any information on the thermodynamic or the stability of this particular complex. यानी कि स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ द कॉम्प्लेक्सेस के बारे में बात नहीं करेगा. जब मैंने स्टार्टिंग में बोल दिया था कि जब हम एक लिगैंड को देख लेंगे, अगर वो चिलेटिंग लिगैंड हो या फिर रिंग फॉर्मेटिंग लिगैंड हो, तो फिर उसकी स्टेबिलिटी ज़्यादा बढ़ेगी. मगर ये जो थ्योरी है, इट डज नॉट गिव, it doesn't give any information on the thermodynamics or the stability of the complex. Okay, remember this point. Fourth point, it fails to explain relative energy differences between the shapes. जब हम shapes के बारे में बात करते हैं, it does not give any information on the energy differences, यानी कि relative energy differences के बारे में वो बात नहीं करेगा. Okay, it fails to explain the relative difference between the shapes of complexes. Okay, next point, fifth, it does not even explain कि क्यों एक पर्टिकुलर कॉम्प्लेक्स को कौन सा कलर आ रहा है, क्यों वो पर्टिकुलर कॉम्प्लेक्स का वही कलर क्यों है. अगर टेट्राहेड्रल है तो वो कलर क्यों आ रहा है, क्यों उस पर्टिकुलर मेटल के लिए वो कलर आ रहा है. ओके, सो इट डज नॉट explain the color and the spectral properties of the coordination compounds. Okay, sixth one, it also fails to predict whether the tetrahedral and the square planar structures of the complex, वो prediction भी fail करेगा यहाँ पर, it fails. And the square planar complex, okay, of the coordination complex. Okay, यहाँ पर ज़्यादा assumptions बन रहे हैं, so इसीलिए last one limitation रहेगा, it is based on too many assumptions. So no one is going to ask you the limitations though, but it's better to know about these limitations and keep these limitations in your mind. Okay, So these are the limitations. So let's take a look. So yeah, it involves a number of assumptions. मेरा last point यही था. It does not give any quantitative interpretation of the magnetic data, magnetic properties के बारे में. It does not explain the color exhibited by the coordination compounds. It does not give a quantitative interpretation of the thermodynamics या फिर stability of the coordination compounds. It does not make exact predictions regarding the tetrahedral and the square planar structures of the four coordinate and a particular complex with the four ligands. All right. Last one is it does not distinguish between a strong and a weak ligand. Okay. So coming towards the next one, which is the most important for us, is going to be the crystal field theory. One of the most important thing we can expect this in examination. Okay. So let's start with this. So in a crystal field theory, if you see, this crystal field theory is a electrostatic model. यानी कि यहाँ पर attraction के हिसाब से ये entire theory बनाया गया है. Okay, which considers the metal ligand bond to be ionic. Ionic यानी कि a particular bond which is formed because of the attraction, right? Electrostatic attraction, which is arising purely from the electrostatic attraction between the metal ion and the ligand. The ligands are treated as point charges. यहाँ पर observe करो, ये important point है हमारे लिए. Okay, so what they say here is whatever the ligands that they are looking forward, this particular ligand is going to be treated as the point charges. Remember this. Okay. Therefore, in the case of anions or dipoles, or in the case of neutral molecules, whether that particular ligand is neutral, dipole है या फिर anion है, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला. उसे वो लोग एक particular charge की type मानेंगे. See, this entire theory is dependent on the 5d orbitals, okay, in the gaseous, isolated gaseous metal ion, and have the same energies. They say that whatever the d orbitals are present in the metal ion, all these, यानी कि आपके लिए यहाँ पर इंफॉर्मेशन दे दूंगा मैं. यहाँ पर देखो, हम जब एक d ऑर्बिटल के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं ना, तो फिर क्या रहेगा उस d ऑर्बिटल में? फर्स्ट थिंग 1 2 3 4 and 5, right? So 1 2 3 4 5 ऑर्बिटल्स रहेंगे. जैसे कि आप लोग जानते हो dx² y². Okay, so these kind of things, dx² y² y² dz² dz² x² y², right? Last में dz² का ही ऑर्बिटल आ जाएगा. Remember those all. So what this particular thing says is whenever there is a d orbital of the metal ion, all these d orbital in a simple gaseous state, they have the same energy. तो इसीलिए जब सेम एनर्जी की बात होते हैं तो फिर उसको हम बोलेंगे एज डीजेनरेट. रिमेंबर दिस टर्म, that is called as a degenerate. Okay, so that is a condition. But this degeneracy is maintained if there is a symmetry in the field of negative charges. यानी कि जब एक मेटल रहेगा, अगर उसके पास जो लिगैंड अप्रोच कर रहे हैं वो सब कुछ सिमेट्रिकल हो विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू द इलेक्ट्रिक चार्जेस, तो फिर ये डीजेनरेसी मेंटेन हो जाएगा. मगर यूजुअली क्या हो जाएगा, लिगैंड्स जब अप्रोच करेंगे मेटल आयन को, तब उसकी जो इफेक्ट है डायरेक्टली इसकी इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड पर गिरेगी. ओके, व्हेन इसकी इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड पर वो इफेक्ट गिरने शुरू हो जाएगी, तब उसकी इफेक्ट डायरेक्टली किस पर गिरने वाली है, ये पर्टिकुलर डी ऑर्बिटल पर. ओके, जब ये डी ऑर्बिटल पर वो गिर जाएगा तब ये डी ऑर्बिटल स्प्लिट अप हो जाएगा, यानी कि ब्रेक हो जाएगा दो भाग में. ओके, देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग गेटिंग ब्रोकन डाउन इनटू टू. इसको तीन भाग, दो भाग में कैसे बात कट ऑफ करेंगे, यानी कि यहाँ पर एक कट ऑफ हो जाएगा, तीन एक तरफ हो जाएंगे, दो एक तरफ हो जाएंगे, राइट? ऐसे कुछ हो जाएगा, राइट? सो दिस इज व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन. However, the negative field of the ligand, okay, ligands like an ions or a negative like a NH3 and a water molecule in the complex becomes asymmetrical, and the degeneracy of d orbital is of usually lifted यानी कि it's lost. It results in splitting of the d orbital. यहाँ पर क्या हो जाएगा, d orbitals जो है उसको हम split करेंगे. That is going to break into two parts. Therefore, the pattern of splitting depends upon what kind of the ligands were present over here, which were approaching your central metal atom. All right, so this is how it all becomes. So the next point is there are two types of crystal field splitting. मगर हमको कहाँ देखना है, हमको कहाँ देखना है? फर्स्ट वन वी नीड टू ऑब्जर्व इट एट दिस पॉइंट. फर्स्ट वन क्या देख रहे हैं वो लोग? ऑक्टाहेड्रल कॉम्प्लेक्स में, ऑक्टाहेड्रल यानी कि 6, राइट. तो फिर 6 लिगैंड्स अप्रोच करने वाले हैं सेंट्रल मेटल एटम को. तो फिर उसकी वजह से फर्स्ट व्हाट वी विल डू इज वी विल टेक इनटू कंसीडरेशन ऑफ अ metal here. Let's say this is a metal. Okay, and if this is a metal, let's say this is our x-axis. Done. This is your y-axis going away from you, and this particular line is coming towards you. Okay, and the final one is, of course, it's going to be the z-axis. So one goes above on the plane and one goes below the plane, right? This is how it is going to be. Now अभी यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है? यहाँ पर लिगैंड अप्रोच कर रहे हैं. लिगैंड कहाँ पर अप्रोच कर रहे हैं? लिगैंड्स आर अप्रोचिंग थ्रू द एक्सिस इन अ सेंस. इस परफेक्ट डायरेक्शन से लिगैंड्स अप्रोच कर रहे हैं हमारे मेटल को, समथिंग लाइक दिस, परफेक्टली अलोंग द एक्सिस बोलेंगे हम इसे, राइट. So when these things are approaching, when this ligands are approaching a central metal atom, okay, जब ये लिगैंड अप्रोच करेगा सेंट्रल मेटल एटम की ओर, तब इसकी जो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड है, दैट इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड विल स्टार्ट to reorganize, or it will start to affect the electric field of your, sorry, magnetic field of your entire metal, right, which will directly affect its d orbital. So therefore it will cause a repulsion. repulsion किसके बीच में रहेगा? एक मेटल और एक लिगैंड की ओर से रिपल्शन करेगा, राइट. सो इफ यू ऑब्जर्व दिस पॉइंट नंबर 2, such a repulsion is more when the metal d orbital is directed towards the ligand when it is away from it. okay, यानी कि ज्यादा दूर रहा तो रिपल्शंस आ जाएंगे, जैसे ही वो क्लोज आते जाएगा रिपल्शंस कम होंगे, और उसके बाद में ये जो लिगैंड है उसकी डी ऑर्बिटल्स, मेटल की डी ऑर्बिटल्स को affect करेगा in such a way that out of 5 orbitals, dx square y square and dz square which are pointing towards the axis, यानी कि यहाँ पर जो orbitals आएंगे dx square y square और dz square which are pointing towards this ligand will experience more repulsions and energy will be released, while dxy, dyz and dzx orbitals, what will happen? They are directed away from the axis and they are having the lower energy. Okay, now you will observe how it is going to affect it totally. Now observe यहाँ पर करोगे. Okay, thus the degeneracy of the d orbital is going to be broken. Okay, अभी यहाँ पर देखो कुछ इस तरह. If you observe it carefully, first point what you have to observe is this condition. यहाँ पर degeneracy maintained है. Okay, all the d orbitals have the same amount of energy. What are the orbitals are we speaking about? First one we are speaking about here is dx square y square, dz square, dxy, dyz, dzx. Okay, so these are the things. Right now what is going to happen? This is a metal, and as the ligand will start approaching the metal, the d orbitals what we have, they are going to increase with respect to their energy. कुछ इस तरह से. Once it starts to increase the energy, what will happen is, as these ligands will approach the metal through the axis, जब जैसे ही एक्सिस के पास से आ जाएंगे तब क्या हो जाएगा? This d orbital splits up into two parts. The one particular orbitals which are aligned along the axis पर जो orbitals है, जहाँ से ligands आ रहे हैं, वो particular orbitals क्या हो जाएगा? उसको उसकी जो रिपल्शंस है वो ज्यादा हो जाएगी, एनर्जी जो है वो ज्यादा हो जाएगी, इसीलिए वो स्प्लिट अप हो जाने के बाद उसकी एनर्जी बढ़ जाएगी. And those orbitals which are placed in between the axis, वो orbitals जैसे कि dxy, dyz and dzx, these particular orbitals what we have, they are going to receive less repulsions, energy is going to decrease, and therefore it is going to go down. The average energy is called as a barycenter. इस एवरेज एनर्जी से ऊपर, दैट इज डी एक्स स्क्वायर वाई स्क्वायर और डी जेड स्क्वायर जो है, उसकी एनर्जी रहेगी अराउंड 3/5 डेल्टा ओ यानी कि ऑक्टाहेड्रल, रिमेंबर दिस पॉइंट, एंड 2/5 ऑफ डेल्टा ओ यानी कि अगेन फिर से octahedral complex. So फिर 3/5 times delta O is going to increase for dx square y square dz square, and 2.5 times of delta O is going to decrease for dx square y square dz square, no, sorry, dxy dzx dyz के लिए. Okay, so this is the most important thing what you can expect for your examination. Okay, so you can expect this thing for around a 3 marks to 4 marks subdivision. Okay, so I don't think there will be any problem if you just go through this. If there is any problem, please let me know. I will be waiting for people. Take around 2 minutes of time. Take a snapshot of this right away. Okay, anyone has any problem or anyone has anything that you want me to again repeat it? Please let me know. Okay, now coming towards the next one. As we start with the next section, पिछली one क्या देखा था हमने, which we had seen is the crystal field splitting in an octahedral complex. Okay, now we will observe the same thing in a tetrahedral complex. Okay, so in a tetrahedral complex when we observe, what is going to happen is यहाँ पर ligand जो है वो कैसे आ जाएंगे, they are going to come in between the axes. Okay, यानी कि अगर हमने यहाँ पर एक metal consider कर लिया, metal along with its, let's say we have a metal, and let's say this is a metal. Okay, and let's say these are the axes. Let's say this is an x-axis here, this is the y-axis here. Okay, and let's say this is the z-axis over here, right? अब यहाँ पर जो ligand आने वाले हैं, that ligand is going to come in between the axis, in a sense ऐसे यहाँ से आएगी, यहाँ से आएगी, यहाँ से आएगी और यहाँ से आ जाएगी. ठीक है, तो फिर when it is coming in between the axis through interacting with the metal ion through in between the axis, that time these four ligands will cause again disturbance to our d orbital. But d orbital में इस बार those particular orbitals which are aligned in between the axis in a sense dxy, d dxy, dyz, dzx. Okay, so these are the orbitals which are going to be aligned. Aligned in a sense, it is going to be somewhere over here. Okay, if you want, you can see over here. It is going to be aligned something like this. यहाँ पर orbital रहेंगे dxy के. Okay, so this one will be placed for dyz, and this is going to be placed for dzx. Okay, so these are the orbitals. कुछ इस तरह से रहेगा orbitals. तब क्या हो जाएगा, जब ये particular ligands यहाँ से आ जाएंगे तो इनकी जो एनर्जी है वो एनर्जी बढ़ती जाने वाली है. Okay, when this energy increases, that means the exact figure what we are seeing for an octahedral complex is going to get reversed here. So in a tetrahedral complex, the entity formation, the d orbital splitting is inverted and is smaller when we compare to that of the octahedral splitting ligand. For the same metal, यहाँ पर delta T यानी कि delta change in energy for a tetrahedral complex is equal to 4/9 of delta O. Remember this figure. Consequently, the orbital splitting energies are not sufficiently large for forcing pairing, and therefore low spin complex and rarely observed. So this is a condition. Now if we observe, okay, if we are going to observe this, yes, this is how the structure is going to be. First, what we have is a d orbital. This d orbital has a degeneracy maintained. As the metal and the ligands are approaching, what will happen? The energy of the metal goes on increasing, and क्योंकि metal की d orbital जो है उसकी energy increase होती जाने वाली है. As the ligands will approach the metal ion through between the axes, the DYZ, DZX, and DZY. These orbitals are going to see that there is a very increase in energy, and therefore this particular thing will be split on the upper side. While those particular orbitals which are aligned on the axis, such as dx squared, y squared, and dz squared, are going to face less repulsion, and therefore the energy is going to go down. Okay, so the total is going to be as delta t. Okay, over here is equal to 2 by 5 times of that of delta O, and the 3 by 5 times that of the delta O. Okay, this is going to be. So for colors of the constellation compounds, we will observe it tomorrow. Okay, if you have anything that you want to like you want me to again explain, you are free to ask. But you can expect another this thing in your examination again for another 3 marks subdivision. You can expect this for your 3 marks. Okay, the first one was for your 4 marks subdivision, and this one will be for your 3 marks subdivision. This is how it is going to be 3 marks. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask, or else we will end the session for today. All the best for your exams, everyone. Do well. I'll be waiting over here. If anyone has any problem with respect to any of the concepts, you can ask. I will explain. Okay. The rest we can do. Thank you.